Live from the west coast of the United States and from the mountain time zone as well, this is the Fast Food Junk Food Podcast Extravaganza. My name is Sebastian.
My name is SaraBelle.
And we are coming to you from two different locations live on the internet. I'm really quite blown away, SaraBelle. We have this technology and it's actually working, but it's great to see you.
It's so lovely to see you.
So let's see here. What are we going to talk about? We got just sort of all kinds of stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about our fast food, eating experiences. I'm trying to think. I haven't had a whole lot of fast food eating experiences lately, but I could talk about fast food and junk food all day long.
Oh, definitely. As of late, I think the most exciting thing for me is McDonald's has returned their 2 for $5 for the Egg McMuffins.
Say that again now. McDonald's has returned their 2 for $5.
2 for $5 for Egg McMuffins and Big Macs.
2 for $5. So you get 2 Egg McMuffins or 2 Big Macs for $5?
$5, yeah. So it's one of those ones that eating on the cheap, on the fat kid scale, is a little bit more affordable. So
let's not just call it the fat kid scale. That was one thing I always wanted to make sure I was clear on, was that it's not just fat people that eat this shit. Stoners eat this shit. People with bad eating habits eat this shit. I mean, it's a whole spectrum of human beings. Frankly, some of them don't like to admit it, but even if they don't like to admit it, they're still eating it, and this is still of interest to them, even if it's in secret when they're watching us under the covers in their bed in the spare room.
Well, with the scale, I meant multiple sandwiches at one stop. Because you will often have the stoners who enjoy the, hitting Jack in the Box at, 2 in the morning. But you're not getting 2 burgers, 4 tacos, 2 different kinds of fries, a shake, and a drink. That is fat kid scale.
I see.
Right.
Okay, and did you indulge in this? Have you had the food? I mean,
I did have to have the 2 for $5 because I've been going early in the morning, and after my not-so-great Burger King breakfast experience, I needed the McDonald's.
I was actually reviewing our sort of program from last week where you were on the phone recounting that, and that was rough. That was pretty rough.
I was really disappointed because, I mean, it was, 2-3 days worth of driving, and you have to stop and have your meals on the go. And I think breakfast is one of those ones that fast food does pretty well. And McDonald's Burger King tried to break into the muffin, Egg McMuffin, Sausage McMuffin market, and their muffin did not stand the test.
And again, what I remember asking you, and I believe it's a good question, is, pardon me, I'm going to take my glasses off. I really hate looking at myself with my damn glasses on. But the question was, is it like that for all Burger Kings, or did you just happen to hit a shitty one? You know what I'm saying?
I haven't tried it again, because where I'm going in the morning is definitely going to be one of those ones that I hit McDonald's easier than I hit Burger King. It is a goal to try to do Burger King again for breakfast, but it's just one of those ones that it hasn't happened. And I will usually give things a second try because it's just one of those ones. So I will try it again. I will report back again, but...
Yeah, you just haven't had the chance yet. Excuse me, you're watching me pull out my contacts. That is so not live broadcast behavior.
Well, that's why I was trying to talk, because if the camera is switching between the two of us, that means that it was looking at me while you were jabbing your eye versus looking at you.
Well, the funny thing is we're sort of learning this technology. This week in my sort of ranting, yammering live cast that I do every night roughly at the same time, I discovered that the software would just crash. I was having trouble with the software, getting it to get up, getting it to stay up, and it was several different problems I was experiencing. So it was a little bit on the rough side, but I'm happy to say that not only does it appear to be working now, the automatic switching is back, so when you start talking, I don't have to turn you on, you're just on.
Well, you turn me on anyway, don't you know, because that was my 17-year-old SaraBelle joining Rocky Horror kind of, oh my gosh, Sebastian, with Sebastian, Ryan, and Jim. in the Tucson, if you did Rocky in the late 90s, early millennia, it was these three were the ones that you lusted after.
Oh, bless your heart for saying I was lusted after during those times. Although the funny thing is, I have heard that from other people in recent years. We're sort of delving away from the fast food and junk food topic for a second, but I was actually very. I mean, my heart was warmed. I was very delighted to hear that there were people at a Christmas party I was at last Christmas.
Yeah.
They were actually audience members who came and saw our Rocky Horror Picture Show performance live, and then when they realized that I'm that Sebastian, I guess, the one they had seen on stage in leather pants or something a million freaking years ago, they treated me like a movie star. And I don't go around hoping to be treated like a movie star. I go around just hoping dogs will like me, much less regular human beings. But in this case, it was a very sweet experience, and people were very nice. So it's very sweet of you to say that as well. Let's go back to fast food and junk food.
Well, since it's the start of the show, I do have my drink of the day.
Good, me too. What is your drink of the day?
My drink of the day is good old-fashioned A&W cream soda.
Fucking A. Now tell me about that. I mean, is that a regular thing? Do you have that there? I mean, is it in every store?
Well, it's one of those ones that you never really see the cream soda in the stores. We have up here what is called the Plaid Pantry. It is a quick mart that does not have a gas station. And they are known for a bunch of the, not quite like the QT, because we've talked about the QT a number of times.
Yes.
I would say that they are a step below the QT, but still above the Circle K and 7-Eleven.
I see.
And they have cream soda. And I now have cream soda, and I have vanilla ice cream in the freezer, and those two might get together later on tonight. Good
Christ! I mean, my brain would explode. Here's the thing: like, I've always been a big lover of ice cream. I've always been a big lover of, like, at a birthday party, cake and ice cream. But there would be birthday parties where
I'm pouring. I'm sorry.
I'm letting the camera take the shot.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I like to watch you pour that cream soda.
Yeah. Well, and it's kind of warm, so I needed the ice and everything. So.
I gotcha. The birthday parties as a child I would go to where they would serve, cake, ice cream, usually chocolate cake and frosting, and ice cream with syrup or whatever, and then they would serve soda on top of it. I have a sweet tooth stronger than just about any sweet tooth I know, and I cannot drink soda while having cake and ice cream. Just cannot do it. So you're sort of much braver than I am as far as that sort of thing. My drink of the day is my usual. It's the Code Red Mountain Dew, and frankly, if you notice, it's the 1 liter. And frankly, if you notice, it's 3/4 gone already because I've been working on this podcast here and sort of just trying to get ready to go. And frankly, the software has not made it easy for me.
Right. Well, and here's the thing: the Plaid Pantry is 2 for $3. So here's my first, and here's my second.
Fantastic. Yes. Well, yeah. And I think they have a sale on the Red Mountain Dew at the where I got this was a Circle K location, just sort of within walking distance of the house. And I don't know if walking a lot undoes drinking the amount of soda that I do.
No, it doesn't. I'm sorry.
It may do it in the calorie context, where the calories I get from, I walk more than 2 miles a day. So I do a lot of walking, and from a calorie context, I bet I burn that shit off. Now, from a diabetes blood sugar context, I may have something on, but I'm still able to say, frankly, that I have had blood work done very recently at the height, and I mean I'm still at the height of my Mountain Dew thing, and not even the slightest trace of elevated anything, nothing anybody said to be worried about. I'm open with my doctor, or the doctor I had when I was living back in California, kind of a thing. And I don't know. I'm interested also to wonder about the fact I lived in Mexico teaching English for 2014, and because of the lack of availability of Red Mountain Dew, I was not able to drink as much. Well, I can't say I was not able to drink as much soda. What I switched to,
you still drank soda, just not your preferred soda.
Which is not Code Red Mountain Dew is not available now. Original Neon Yellow Mountain Dew is available, the lemon lime flavor. However, I was noticing that it's in the import section of the grocery stores, the supermarkets in Mexico, and it's a little fucking expensive compared to that. Now, what I was able to find was Dr. Pepper locally bottled, so it was not an import soda, and it was the cherry flavor, and it was the regular sugar sweetener instead of HFCS, the high fructose corn syrup. Now, high fructose corn syrup does not bother me. I love high fructose corn syrup, and there's people who are radically against it for whatever reason.
For whatever, it's unnatural. I'm like, no, it's still natural, just multiple steps removed.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I will tell you about that natural versus artificial bullshit, because you know what's natural? Hemlock. You know what's natural? A million other poisons that will kill you like that. You know what's perfectly okay to, artificial things are not less healthful or less nourishing. Natural things are not less dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Thing about natural versus artificial that every medical physician I've ever heard weigh in on it, whether you're talking about marijuana versus meth, or, alcohol versus meth, or, drugs, or you're talking about sweeteners, or you're talking about a million, food, it is not something that carries any weight. That is not a distinction that is important as far as keeping you alive longer or making you die sooner or any of that shit. Also, what did I just eat? We have our little favorite thing where we sort of have a snack. Now, I don't have anything exotic, really, except for I have a delicious Reese's Peanut Butter Cup here.
Is it another giant Reese's Peanut Butter Cup?
How dare you, because yes, it is. That's what makes it sort of, I guess, what am I trying to say? That's what makes it different. The "what did I just eat" moniker was meant to signify... Shut up with the bag, I'm talking.
Sure, I know. I noticed it was making green dots. I'm like, no, stop!
Yeah. The "what did I just eat" moniker was meant to be sort of favorite things with new flavors, or new variations or new forms of candy that we like. I don't care if it's blue corn chips or, whatever the hell. Something that's a regular candy, snack, or food of some kind that is different in a new way. And I think that's actually a very interesting topic, because have you been to the chip section, the cracker section, the candy bar section?
I know.
They
actually have... Yeah, and now I had gotten a sneak preview of the Sweetos from Cheetos.
Oh,
for the cinnamon sugar, and I got 3 pieces. So it's not like they sent me a tiny bag, but they sent me 3 individual pieces, and I was like, okay, that's great, thanks. I can, and I was in Walmart yesterday, and I saw the bag.
No shit. You saw them actually live and for sale in stores.
I saw them live and for sale at Walmart when I had 89 cents in my checking account. So I could not buy them at Walmart. But I know that if you're in Portland on 82nd Street in Powell at the Super Walmart, they are there. So now that I have money, I'm going to go back and try them.
Excellent. Well, yeah. And I mean, for those who missed it, we did a cast on it, like sort of a breaking news kind of a cast, because you received these. Tell the story. It was this sort of podcast, this junk food live cast, that we're fast food junk food podcast we do. That is the reason we sort of started a Twitter account and a Google Hangouts page and all this stuff that we're doing, and a YouTube account and a Gmail account and all that stuff, which I never check, and I probably should. But the thing about it was you tweeted the Chester Cheetah Twitter account and got on the special testing list, and they sent you this special test market version of the thing, and we talked about it on our show. Talk about what it was like. It is sweet Cheetos, not like sweet and salty Cheetos, just... Right,
because that's what you were afraid of. You were afraid of the sweet and salty.
And I'm always afraid of salty.
My Twitter is SaraBelle NF. No.
Okay.
Miss SaraBelle NF.
Yes.
Miss SaraBelle NF. And Chester, I think it's at Chester Cheetah, because that's what the official one is. They were looking for people to go ahead and test the latest flavor of Cheetos, and it's kind of like a churro. So there's no salt involved with it. It's just going to go ahead and be the sweeter tasting No. But so I got mailed that there is the Chester Cheetah. So I
Yes.
got mailed a package.
You should be able to
And-
see the Chester Cheetah Twitter account is on the screen at this time, and their big thing does seem to be Sweetos. In fact, you can see here's a tweet. See how real people are using Sweetos to do real things that Sweetos can't really do. And it's some in San Francisco. There, I see the Golden Gate Bridge, and you know, a lot more of different things. You know. The Chester Cheetah weighed in on the color of that motherfucking dress.
Oh, that goddamn dress. Oh, ate that stupid thing. Anyway, so they sent, I don't have the package. I probably have the package somewhere.
Yeah, you don't need to, but I mean, tell me what it tasted like. Cinnamon sugar?
Yes, it was definitely cinnamon sugar. The basis of all the Cheetos, regardless of the flavor, is a puffed corn that's been processed. So it's kind of a puffy cornmeal, and it's got the cinnamon sugar. And to me, it needed more sugar.
Mm-hmm.
I had a more corn taste than a churro sweet cinnamon taste. So, right. But they, again, only sent 3. So you really can't make a product guess on 3.
I do remember your comments at the time of our broadcast, and it was that you were ready for more after you ate those 3. Like, they're kind of addictive in the Cheetos way, and tasty and yummy and crunchy and all that good stuff, right?
Oh, definitely. It was one of those ones that I'm sure I could have sat down and ate half a bag.
Hey, I like that.
And they're good, you know. But I needed more to tell if they were great.
Got it. Well, I mean that's sort of the idea, teaser tester kind of a thing. And they did tease us, and we did test it, or you did test it. But it looks like from the Chester Cheetah Twitter account, they're actually in stores, ready to go now.
Yeah, it definitely looks like, because they were in the Walmart, and I know Portland is not a test Market Valley, so it's not like it was a special Walmart or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So they are out there. That has been the only store I've seen them in, because I did go to Walmart, Target, Winco, Albertsons, and Safeway within the last week.
I'm sorry, you went to 5 grocery stores in the past just looking for this, or just
No, just because it was, you know, okay, we need milk, we're going to go here. Oh, we're on this side of town, we're going to go there. Winco, which we do not have in Arizona, but we have up here in the Pacific Northwest, is a more discount grocery store chain, and they tend to have, oddly enough, they tend to have the new stuff before other people. I don't know if it's because it's cheaper sometimes when it first come out. I don't know, but...
You know what that makes me think of? Do you remember the Simpsons episode where they were trying to save money, and they had like an expert guy who was trying to save money, and so they were consulting with this expert on how the Simpsons could conserve funding and save money in their shopping. And so they pull up to the 99-cent store, and the guy says, "Oh, what are you, some kind of rich person? You can't shop at the 99-cent store." So they pull up to like the 66-cent store. Aha, we're almost there, keep going, and they pull away from the 66-cent store, and they get to like the 33-cent store, where the product side were, the only one I really remember, they had Cool Ranch flavored soda.
Oh, what? No, I do not, no, this episode is not...
Yeah, it was like, he's like, what are you, some kind of fat cat shopping at the 66-cent store? If you're going to save money, you need to shop here at the 33-cent store. And they had these horrendous, awful flavors like, you know, I don't know, tobacco-flavored breakfast cereal. I think I'm pulling that one out of my ass. But it's a sort of... The one they had for real in the episode, I will never forget, Cool Ranch soda. And it's just like, oh, God, gag me with a series of forks, because that is...
No, I can handle the ranch flavored chips, and I can handle ranch dip, and the not just ranch dressing, but the chip dip that's the thicker sour cream kind of that stuff I can handle. But once you start getting into other, no, it's kind of like the Jones soda with the Thanksgiving flavors.
Okay, I mean,
not gonna happen.
I do like a lot of Jones soda flavors if they're sort of unified and consistent. Lime, or you know, any kind of those unusual flavors you don't get from regular soda, I love it. But you start getting into, I mean, help me out, name some of the weird, bizarre...
Well, their Thanksgiving line is turkey, mashed potatoes, Yeah.
That third one again?
They have a turkey line or a Thanksgiving line that has. Yeah, exactly.
I'm sitting here shuddering with goosebumps, like I'm about to be sick to my stomach.
So that is their special, Thanksgiving line that I cannot do. I can do the other Jones soda. I have no problem with the other ones, but turkey and mashed potatoes and gravy and stuffing, I cannot do.
There's some things that soda should not be flavored like. I'm sorry, there just is. Now, again, and I will say this over and over again, my sweet and salty combined aversion is me. That is my cross to bear, and I do not expect everybody else. I do not want legislation to stop it. I'm not saying you shouldn't have or any, kettle corn or any of that kind of stuff that's sweet and salty together. Just please don't bring it to me, and don't bother me about what I don't eat in that category. None of it I like. Chocolate-covered potato chips, bacon dipped in maple syrup, all that shit is just like, I love bacon, I love maple syrup, just please not together, please.
Right, and it's funny because I was at the store and they had the chocolate-covered potato chips, and I wanted to take a picture and send it to you.
Yes, thank you.
But I knew what your reaction was going to be. I would get a giant, how dare you?
My partner in junk food and fast food is turning against me, now torturing me with vile... Why don't you just send me a picture of a decapitated body? That's just so wretched and awful.
So, anyway, what did you just eat?
Yes, tell me.
I am a horrible person. No, I'm a nice person.
You're not a horrible person.
I was standing in front of the things, and remember how we had the Lucky Charms Golden Graham treats in Arizona?
The breakfast.
They had Cocoa Puffs, or whichever the cuckoo for that bird.
Cocoa Puffs.
They had those, and so I picked one up, and I picked up a Lucky Charms, and then some woman 3 aisles over was asking the store owner where the salsa was.
Okay.
And I got distracted because the salsa was right next to where I was, and the store owner was like, "Oh, we don't have salsa. There's no salsa. We don't have salsa." And she came around the corner. I'm like, "Were you looking for salsa?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "It's right here." And I set down the Cocoa Puffs and picked up the Lucky Charms. So I had the Cocoa Puffs.
I remember this very distinctly. You did not like the Lucky Charms one nearly as much.
I did not like the Lucky Charms.
Well, it's another...
So I got distracted by the salsa, and I just not noticed until just now that these were not Cocoa Puffs.
Because people like to say salsa.
However, I do have something else.
Okay, lay it on me.
Hostess, our Twinkies, Ding Dongs, everything, they are now making Danishes.
Whoa, hold that close to the camera.
Yeah, so this is the new Hostess Danish. I know I've got a lot of glare here.
It looks
it's berry and cheese.
It's berry and cheese. All right, so let me see. This almost is like because there is what is it? What am I trying to say? They have sort of like Danish and other things in the Circle K or the convenience store type places. Is it like a fruit pie?
But not Hostess.
They're not Hostess. Well, they have Hostess now, it looks like. How is it?
This is brand new from Hostess. It's very pretty. It's a very pretty design. It's the braided kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's definitely not crumbly, because that's the problem with everyone that's in the stores, and I know I buy it frequently. It's very crumbly. This is not crumbly. Because, again, I drive and eat, so I don't like the crumbs getting everywhere. But I'll go ahead and try it.
Yeah, try it. You're a snacker on the go for sure, and I always thought, gosh, I didn't realize, they keep filling these holes in the fast junk food market that I didn't realize were there,
Right, yeah. I really like it. It's not as, again, maybe it's not as flaky. I think flaky is the word I'm looking for. It's a denser dough. The filling is really actually very good. It's cheese, like a cream cheese, along with a jelly type one.
Uh-huh.
And it seems really good. I'm actually enjoying it.
Is it cream cheese and the jelly together?
You have a layer of the cream cheese down, and then a layer of the jelly on top of it.
Got it. What am I trying to think of? Oh, I know what I'm thinking. I'm trying to liken it to in my mind, like a Nutri-Grain bar or something like that, in a way. Is it sweeter than that?
I would say it's sweeter than that. I mean, it's as sweet as a normal Danish bear claw cinnamon roll sort of thing that you're going to get at the convenience store. I'm really liking the fact that it's not getting everywhere, because the ones that I buy, I can't remember who the maker is, but they're in all the gas stations.
Uh-huh.
And you open the package and just the pastry flakes get everywhere, and then you're driving and your hands are sticky, unlike when they're sticky from other stuff. But
oh dear, how dare you with the cum jokes this late at night? What is wrong with you? No, I remember in Mexico this was kind of a regular thing I ate. Now sometimes it was the Nutri-Grain bars, and I get that Nutri-Grain kind of has a healthy sound to it, unlike the stuff that we usually talk about on this show.
Mm-hmm.
It really is in that same kind of category, you know, kind of a flaky crust with a jelly inside, and I like those. There was actually a brand in Mexico. Was it Bimbo? I don't know. I mean, they had a Bimbo one, but I don't think that was the one I really liked. The one I really liked was very flaky and soft, and it had a good jelly in it. And like the thing about it, and tell me if you agree, those damn bars always on the box look like they have this much jelly, like a big mouthful of jelly, and you bite into it, and it's like this thin ribbon of filling. You know what I'm saying?
And, you know, normally you think that the display has like a big giant, and then you end up having something that has less filling than like a Fig Newton.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, seriously, if you ate a blueberry Fig Newton and a blueberry breakfast cereal bar, whether it's the brand or one of the other ones, your Fig Newton will have like 3 times the filling, and I'm seriously, I wish they would take a note from I'm glad you said that. It did not occur to me to draw that parallel. Something else I discovered, by the way, if you happen to be viewing and you have something you discovered, something you like, something you don't like, a fast food product, a junk food product, the phone number is right here on the screen. It is area code 310-776-5869. You can call and participate in the show. Also, if you are in Google Plus and have the ability to do camera hangout stuff, you can just join us on the webcam. We'd be happy to have you. I see that we have viewers live. That's always a promising thing.
We do? More than us?
With more than just us, absolutely. And I think that's really cool. Let me switch the screen for a second. I want to switch to my Google Images screen because I discovered something new this week. Watch me as I type it in because it's really funny. We have candy bar bouquet. Do you know what this is?
Yeah, oh yeah, candy bar bouquets. They're the, yes, that is exactly what they are. With candy bars instead of roses.
Yeah, now I don't know, I was at the grocery store this week. I think it was the Albertsons, actually. I did not do nearly as much grocery shopping as you did, but there was God, look at that. And it's just candy bars on sticks kind of arranged. I've seen these things, you know, what have I seen? I'm just going to try and say that I've seen, you know, the Sherry's berries type things.
Yes, the edible bouquets.
Edible bouquets, where they have like...
That's the commercials that are on television, and it's fruit.
Yeah, they have fruit, like, you know, pineapple cut into the shape of a flower on a stick, and strawberries and other things, and those are very delicious. But I looked at these candy bar bouquets at Albertsons, and I looked at the lady behind she's like at the balloon/flower/candy bar bouquet counter, apparently it is.
Right.
Let me just ask you, where was this 30 years ago? This is nothing new here as far as technology or new products are concerned. They did have a couple of them that were like the Butterfinger peanut butter cup kind of a thing. So they incorporated the new candy into the candy bouquet. But I'm like, where were candy bar bouquets when I was a kid? This is genius.
It is definitely very genius. I know I started seeing them once I moved up to Portland. I started seeing them different places, and there is a liquidator here in Portland.
Liquidator. Is that Arnold Schwarzenegger? Is he the liquidator?
He is I'm the liquidator. No. The liquidator, you know how when you go to the grocery store and it's close to St. Patrick's Day, but the Christmas candy is like 90% off?
Yes.
So the liquidator buys the stuff from the grocery stores that is, a day away from code, and then they sell it in bulk. And one of the things that the liquidator does is they open up those bags of candy and make bouquets out of them, where they can charge $3 for a bouquet with 20 pieces of candy instead of the 20 pieces of candy going for $1.
And it's candy they couldn't otherwise sell or would have to discount because it's so old, kind of a thing?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. But I saw them at Christmas time, and then I saw them at Valentine's again. So
how about that shit? That is amazing. Well, I say again, my fascination with this stuff isn't because it's something I want to buy necessarily, but I feel like, God, who thought of this now that didn't think of it in 1985?
Right.
2015. Good Lord God, this is tremendous, and I really like that there's these new. Another example of this. Have you seen in the marshmallow aisle? I think it's the marshmallow aisle. It might be the coffee, tea, cocoa aisle of the grocery store. The canisters of the little dried cocoa marshmallows.
Not only have I seen them, I have a canister in my kitchen.
I had a canister. I ate them all. And the funny thing about them is that I was not able to even save them for the hot chocolate. Like, I found that I was just straight out of the canister, and sure enough, at the bottom, you get this kind of little thin...
a very fine dust.
Yes. I'm sorry. I was chopping that up and doing lines of it like a cocaine addict or something like that. It was really bad. It was so delicious. It was tremendous. And again, this is not anything new. It's
right, no.
Option of the old stuff that we have now. I think that shit is fascinating, and that's kind of what I think maybe one of the things that made me want to do a show like this was, holy God, new idea, new twists on old ideas. I think it's fantastic. Another idea, movie theater popcorn.
Yes.
We went to the movies. What was the movie we saw right before you left Southern Arizona?
It was a movie that we enjoyed.
It was called Neptune Descending Testicle. No, it was called
Jupiter. Jupiter Ascending. Yes.
It starred Mila Kunis, whatever her name is.
Meg from Family Guy.
The Family Guy. I actually think of her more from that '70s show. I like her a lot. She was okay. I had trouble with the movie in some ways, but my experience of that movie was that the popcorn. When we got popcorn right there next to it, and I've seen this before. Again, it's not brand new from this movie trip, but I did enjoy some. They don't just have butter, salt, and popcorn now. They have. You can make yourself cinnamon sugar popcorn. You can make
flavored salt.
White cheddar popcorn. You can make yourself nacho yellow cheesy popcorn. There's, I think, it's kind of a cool ranch flavor type powder that you can put in.
I think they have at least 4 to 6 different flavors. Again, it's nothing new. No. It's not new.
Well, I mean, again, let's be clear. It was not new in the past 6 months or anything, but it's new in the past, 5 years?
Yeah, exactly. The last 5, because I know that they had it when I lived in Arizona, and I've been here for 4 years, give or take 6 months, and they've had them, since then. But again, where was this 20 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, my question continues to be the same as far as, I would love this. I guess I should be happy it's within my lifetime at all that we have this, but I'm worried about, when I die, what new breakthroughs will there be that I missed out on? Because I guess we're going to have white cheddar popcorn bouquets.
Exactly. Well, and it's one of those ones that kids today are growing up with all this awesome stuff that I think if, the flavored popcorn and the candy bouquets, because, I mean, I never got flowers for Valentine's, but could you imagine if I would have gotten candy as a kid? How just horribly, 689 pounds I would be instead of...
Let me talk for a moment about the candy I did get as a Valentine when I was a kid. It was little antacids with words written on them. Essentially.
I hate that stuff. It is so bad.
I don't hate most of it. When it's candy and it's sweet and it's sugary, I mean, I don't think the pink tastes different from the white. Be mine, whatever the hell. But
the chalky ones.
The ones that I hate, even the chalky I don't hate. The ones that I hate are the ones that are slightly minty or more than slightly minty. Somehow I don't like that. In those, they have them that are minty flavored, that are sort of like almost breath mints or something like that. It's like, yes, happy Valentine's Day. Your breath reeks. Here's some breath mints for you to enjoy. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I should probably. I feel like every time I sort of rattle off something funny, and I've heard it from a comedian, I like to give credit to the comedian. Unfortunately, I'm having trouble remembering which comedian actually uttered the line about antacids with writing on it. It was either Patton Oswalt or Jim Gaffigan, one of those comedians. Jim Gaffigan talks a lot about food, and him. I don't want to steal anybody's joke. I like to try and think of myself as, you know, pretty quick-witted at times, but I don't want to rip anybody off, and I want to try. You should listen to Jim Gaffigan, by the way. If you're into food humor at all, Jim Gaffigan is I'm actually reading his book. I got his book for Christmas from my sister. Jim Gaffigan is one hell of a food comedian. He talks about steak being the tuxedo of meat, and I like that.
Speaking of steak, Taco Bell has a new triple stack steak sandwich thing.
Oh my God! Say that again.
It's a flatbread, so it's like a rectangular flatbread.
Slow down. Back up. Say that again. I was doing my head explosion thing. It was a triple what?
Triple stack steak.
Triple stack steak. Is this like the Renaissance Festival steak on a stick?
No, it's not. It's one of those ones that it's not quite a taco shell. It's not a taco shell. It's not a tortilla. It's like a flatbread. And I think it's actually like a 6 to 8 to 12 inch long. I mean, it's pretty big in the commercials, but again, the size of commercials never, you know. It's triple steak and cheese, and that's it. There's no rice, there's no beans, there's no filler. It's just steak and cheese. And the commercials for it are actually really, not necessarily sexist, but I think it's this kind of manist.
Okay, tell me what you mean.
So where I'm going, because it's like 3 guys on a couch and they're watching a commercial, and it's, you know, remember the Dos Equis commercial that's like, I don't always drink beer, but when I drink beer, it's Dos Equis.
I am the most interesting man in the world.
Yes. And so they're watching this commercial, and it's a bunch of other stereotypes of the sexy women with the macho men, and it's like, if what you're eating is telling you to be a man, then you're not really a man, or something like that. And then it's like, but you can't handle our triple steak stack. You know. They're trying
to appeal to the truck driving, you know, the
bros. They're trying to get the bro buddies or whatever, and it's one of those ones that so it's not necessarily sexist. I think it's manist. I think they're going after the men, telling them, you know, hey, don't listen to all those other commercials saying that you're not a man if you don't, you know, whatever. But
I will say this. I always objected to that, for instance, when it was cigarette advertising. You're not a real man unless you smoke Tarzan cigarettes. But I will say that many of those commercials have hot guys in them, and as a homosexual guy, I sort of find that, well, I don't mind looking at that at any point of the day.
As a heterosexual woman, I don't mind looking at that at any point either.
Woo-hoo! Yes, bring me your steak stack, and I will, I don't even know where I'm going with that, but let's move on.
$5 footlong?
That was where I was going with it, and I forgot. Let's switch. I sent you a link this week. It was a news story, and we were even talking about Taco Bell. That was what you were talking about?
Yes, it is a Taco Bell, isn't it?
Yeah, and that lost me, that detail. Let's switch to the actual article here. It's from a website called grubstreet.com. If you look at the date here, you can see it's from February 2015, so this is new. Taco Bell's Captain Crunch Donuts. Now, holy shit, A, but B, the headline here. Taco Bell's Captain Crunch Donuts are maybe even too perfect for stoners by Sierra Tishgard. Excuse me. These are great times for marijuana. Studies suggest it's less harmful, blah, blah, blah. The Taco Bell R&D team has given the world these new Captain Crunch crusted donut holes. We actually see a picture here.
That is a gorgeous picture.
Okay, let's see here. They have Sriracha Quesarito. They have all this happy horse shit. Captain Crunch Delights, cream-filled donut holes that capture the flavors of sweet cereal milk, and Captain Crunch's Crunch Berries sound totally irresistible. Right now, it's in test phase where?
Bakersfield, California.
Right you are, but if all goes according to plan, it'll be introduced nationwide and available when?
All day and night.
Which means it is the perfect snack to satiate the munchies. SaraBelle, my cohort in the Fast Food Junk Food podcast, this combines both fast food and junk food. Your thoughts?
I think that the picture is gorgeous. It definitely looks very good. However, instead of those nice spherical little golf ball size, like delicious bits, you are going to probably get a half deflated, over fried. You know, I find that Taco Bell, out of all the fast food restaurants, does the worst as far as their commercial to real food likenesses.
Wow, I had not considered that. I will say this. As far as Taco Bell dessert, it might be my favorite fast food dessert because Taco Bell did have the cinnamon.
Oh, the Cinnabon ones, yeah.
Donut holes. Now, these donut holes were not regular donut holes, little spheres of donut rolled in cinnamon sugar and fried, but on the inside was the bonus because the inside had icing. Icing
right.
Like on top of a Cinnabon, and you bite into it, and I don't find sweet food very often that I can't finish, but I got to really pace myself with a package of 5 Taco Bell Cinnabon donut holes, the older kind. I don't even know what to think about this. It looks like they are rolled in. If you bought a box of Captain Crunch, the powder
right.
that is left at the end. I'll just wait for you to finish rattling there. Okay.
I know, it makes so much noise.
If you buy a box of Captain Crunch, the powder that's left at the end of the box of cereal. You know what I'm talking about? The powder.
Yeah, I definitely know what you're talking about.
That's what it looks like these things are rolled in. I cannot wait to try them. They're not in my area yet, and of course you're not in Bakersfield either, but holy shit, that's going to be something we're going to try right here, live on the Fast Food Junk Food podcast for damn sure. And again, it's one of those things that's like maybe too good for stoners. I don't know any potheads that would have trouble with that.
I think maybe the all-natural vegan potheads might, because I'm sure there's some unnatural things happening in that.
I'm sorry, I don't think that. Does that demographic even exist? When you're stoned.
In Portland, it does. We have vegan strip clubs.
There are people who get stoned and want to eat baby fucking bok choy, or like, I mean, you got to be kidding me.
It's one of those ones that I think there is going to be that small demographic that will be like, no, this is not, you know. But those are the people who wouldn't eat at Taco Bell anyway.
Okay, so then we're kind of safe as far as that discussion goes.
I personally have made Captain Crunch French toast, so I think that the
Tell me about that. That's interesting. I didn't even know.
Well, you just take whatever cereal is left that you have. And when you get down to like, oh, this isn't quite a bowl, take again, Captain Crunch, and just kind of break up the cereal a little bit. Make your French toast like you normally do, and before you put it in the frying pan, after you dip it in the egg wash, dip it in the cereal. And then you fry it like normal.
Wow. You just blew my mind. And I mean, seriously, we sometimes talk about what we're going to talk about ahead of time, but I like to keep stuff for the actual live show. You literally just blew my mind. That's not something I'd ever considered or have ever tried before.
Yeah. No, so I imagine that since I've had Captain Crunch French toast,
it sounds like you had it just a moment ago before going on the air.
I found I feel like I'm like Betamax and my batteries are just.
Yeah, me too. Unfortunately, I'm getting tired. We'll wrap this up in a few minutes here, but tell me.
But yeah, no. So I think that I'm guessing that it is deep fried prior to the Captain Crunch being added.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
not
think sure.
It's probably safe to say. It's unclear. I mean, I don't know how you'd fry that before, or how you'd fry it after applying the Captain Crunch powder.
Well, I mean, that's how I do the French toast. Is you put it in the thing and then you fry it. But that's not swimming in oil, it's in a frying pan. So I imagine that there's probably going to be a Captain Crunch dust application of some sort. I'm just wondering how they are going to do it and put it together and make it thing.
Yeah. You ever wonder if we're just going to cause diabetes simply by having this podcast? Like, I mean, I think people watching...
people... There is the stoner bok choy farmer at home who is like, I never thought.
People are going to get sugar shocked simply from viewing this program, and it is because, hey, you know what? I will say this. You know there's a Trekkie chat room I kind of hang out in.
Right.
I will say this. Somebody came up with the greatest line after watching a few, I think, as I said in our previous podcast when you were on the phone, that Buttery Jack review.
Oh. I had another one.
I had another one too. That might be the most viewed podcast we've done so far. But what I was going to say is somebody came up with a perfect tagline. Seabass and SaraBelle eat it, so you don't have to. Don't you love that? Do you love that slogan?
Oh, my God.
Tremendous.
That is tremendous. Yeah, I love it. And
have we talked about everything? I don't want to stop.
Well, the only thing we haven't talked about is this adorable. I'm sorry, I'm a cat mom.
The entire time has been sort of our third co-star. Tell me the name.
He's so cute. Look at how cute this face is.
Hi, buddy. Hi. Kitty, kitty. What's his name?
Fezzik.
Fezzik, and where does that come from?
The Princess Bride. Fezzik,
can you hear me, kitty?
Yeah, because he was sleeping because, oh, man, we nipped him out earlier today.
Oh, nip as in, like, catnip?
Catnip, yeah.
And just do cat. I'm a professional broadcaster. Hello.
They get high. He definitely got high earlier.
But does he get the munchies?
I was going to say, he had the munchies. He had his face in the food bowl, and I think he fell asleep with his face in the food bowl.
Yeah.
And now he's been asleep on the back of the couch.
My poor sister's cat had, like, a tooth removed, and apparently when cats do this, they give the cat, like, a 3-day... like a 3-day long-lasting sedative that makes the cat. They say something. The cat will either hide under the bed for 3 days. The cat may become much more lovey and
affectionate,
than before, or anything in between. And my sister's cat apparently was like was looking around and paranoid and was like happy but sort of scared of things that were not, like, sort of tripping and hallucinating a little bit. I don't like to laugh, but that's goddamn
That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny for sure.
So give Fezzik a big scratch between the ears for me.
He's somewhere now.
As always, we are here for you. You can send us a message. Let me put the Twitter thing on
Twitter.
Because it is spelled slightly differently. There it is. It is Seabass and SaraBelle without the E on the end, if you'd like to talk to us on Twitter. If you'd like to talk to us on Gmail, it is very simple. It is seabassandsarabelle@gmail.com with the silent E, and you will see that on the screen here.
Look at that. Oh, my God.
You can communicate with us at either one of these addresses here. You can text me at any time. This is actually my phone number, my sort of Google Voice number. You can text, you can call. If you have show ideas, stuff we should try, stuff you've tried, you want to give us a review on, we'd love to hear from you. And we actually have heard from people from time to time. We always love that. So thank you. And thank you, SaraBelle, for joining us. We should do this every Saturday. I guess we are doing it every Saturday.
I think we should do this every Saturday now that we know that we have to have Chrome installed.
Yes.
And that when you call, I have to have my cell phone off for it to go to the computer.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, we're learning as we go along. I think this broadcast looked a hell of a lot better than last time because we were staring at my stupid face the entire hour.
And I think my hair looks really cute today. I'm sorry.
It's very, very
and I've got actually dangly earrings, and I feel very cute hair day.
You're having a great hair day. I wish I could say the same thing, but I'd sort of... there's very little I can do with it, sadly. So I'm just trying to sort of make the best of a bad situation.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. Whatever.
As always, communicate with us at these email addresses, this Twitter handle, and I am Sebastian.
And I am SaraBelle.
And we will see you next time on our Fast Food, Junk Food live cast in, well, I guess 6 days and 23 hours from now.
Oh, my God, yeah. You know, I'll try to see if I'm going to go to Voodoo Donuts on Friday.
Oh!
So I might see if I can pick up a couple of extra and hide them until Saturday, because anyone who lives in Portland knows if you come home with the pink...
Go ahead.
But, no.
You know, that's the first time this has happened.
I know! No, anyone in Portland knows that if you come home with the pink box, that those donuts are not going to last more than 2 to 3 hours.
True.
So I may have to hide them in the microwave or something, but I think I might pick up an extra half a dozen.
I tell you what, if nothing else, do take a little bit of video or something and see if you can't sort of film or get a little bit of pictures or something. I mean, there's pictures on Google Images, but I would love to see sort of a little bit of video or something.
If you're awake at 10 a.m., we might be able to work something out.
Woohoo! I love it. All right, well, we will see you in a week, and thank you very much for joining us.
Good night.
Good night, and God bless. Or, no, I don't want to say God bless because I'm an atheist, but whatever. You know what I'm saying. Go eat a donut. That's what I'll say.